Imagine being part of a world where wealth isn't just about money, but about the habits and systems that create a life of true freedom and fulfillment. This is exactly what I discovered during my time as a nanny for an ultra-rich family. But here's the surprising part. It wasn't the flashy cars, expensive artwork, or luxurious lifestyle that set them apart. It was the quiet, almost invisible habits and systems they had in place. And the best part, these are habits and systems that anyone can adopt, regardless of their income level. So, what can we learn from this family's approach to wealth and success? Let's dive in and explore the discrete habits that set them apart. Time, for instance, was their first currency. They understood that having an empty morning wasn't a sign of laziness, but rather a sign of margin, the space to breathe, think, and prioritize what truly matters. This wasn't just about having a lot of free time. It was about being intentional with their schedule, defending blocks of deep work and deep family time, and pushing errands and logistics to the outer rings. They automated tasks, delegated when possible, and made sure that meetings had endings. This approach to time management is a game changer, and it's something that we can all learn from. But time is just the beginning. This family also treated systems like oxygen, unseen but everywhere. They had a shared household note that functioned like a living playbook, listing everything from bedtime rituals to the exact swaddle that soothed the baby during the witching hour. They kept closets organized, stuck to tight color palettes, and made sure that getting dressed didn't require a negotiation or a brain. By setting up systems that made the right action the easy action, they were able to reduce friction and make life more manageable. And this is the part that most people miss. When life is set up to be reliable, willpower stops doing all the heavy lifting. This is true whether you're managing a portfolio or convincing a second grader to brush their teeth. But here's where it gets controversial. What about the role of social media in our lives? This family was surprisingly private, with doors that stayed closed, staff who used first names only, and family details that didn't leave the house. They didn't feel the need to broadcast their lives on social media, and instead focused on cultivating meaningful relationships and connections. This approach to privacy is a practice, not a posture. It's about being intentional with what you share and with whom you share it. Not everything needs to be shareable, and some things gain value when they're kept close. This is a lesson that we can all learn from, especially in today's world where social media dominates so much of our lives. So, what does this mean for us? How can we apply these habits and systems to our own lives? The answer is simpler than you might think. We can start by creating calm homes with clear defaults, default breakfasts, default backpack checks, and default scripts for when feelings run high. We can prioritize learning loops, where we take the time to reflect on what went well and what we'd tweak next time. We can practice generosity in a way that's systematized and silent, whether it's through a recurring donation or a quiet scholarship check. And we can focus on stewardship, taking care of the people, places, and things that are in our care. The takeaway is clear. Wealth isn't just about money. It's about the habits and systems that create a life of true freedom and fulfillment. By adopting these discrete habits, we can create a life that's more intentional, more meaningful, and more fulfilling, regardless of our income level. So, what's your next step? Will you start by defending a block of deep work or deep rest on your calendar? Will you create a default breakfast or a default script for when feelings run high? Whatever it is, remember that the real wealth hides in the quiet habits and systems that we put in place. Don't look for the loud tells, copy the quiet ones. And if you're ready to take the next step, try our 90-second quiz to discover your plant-powered archetype and the tiny shift that makes it even more powerful.